I'm Annalie Craig. I'm the A2 on Hamilton on Broadway, and I handle the mics. Follow me, I'll give you a tour.
So pro.
So pro. I gotta get my stuff. This is really special.
Are we under the stage?
Yeah.
Oh, I hear it.
Yeah. So I tuck it, you can see, right underneath the lobe.
The best of the best right here.
I'm taken care of. I don't even have to think about it.
You're great.
No, you're great. Best look at this.
My whole job backstage is expecting things to go wrong.
Has anything ever gone wrong?
Many things. So many things go wrong. So this is the Phillip hat. We've got a 4061 here in the brim. And it's just tacked down really simply. We can swap this out in a pinch anytime. And these tri-corner hats are really great in giving us an elegant place to hide the transmitter. At the Public Theater, we had this problem where Lawrence Phillip in Blow Us All Away, he's wearing a mic at his hairline and he puts on the hat. And we're like, we can't hear the mic. And so what we would do, for just that scene, we swapped him to a boom. So it was a full costume undress, changed the mic. And then he died, but he comes back in the show as like ensemble and ghost. So then we'd fully undress, swap back to a head mic. And so when we transferred to Broadway, we were like, let's put it in the hat. And if you come back here, we have all of our Phillip understudies. They all have their own hats. You can see they all have their own mics standing by, ready to go. And then here we have the oldest crown we used at the Public, our second oldest crown. And then we've moved to more period accurate, these large crowns. When we came to Broadway, unfortunately, different people have different size heads. So we still need to use the full gamut.
Are these pre-mic'd as well?
Yes, so 4061 here.
Oh, look at that, I did not see that.
With this little black spot.
I'm this close to it and I did not perceive it until you pointed it out.
Nice?
How about that?
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming in.
Welcome.
Hi. Edred.
Hi.
Dallas.
Nice to meet you.
Dallas watched the show from the board this morning.
Oh,
so
cool.
This is the harness.
2 transmitters.
2 transmitters only for Hamilton and Burr. Technically the king. His main mic is in the crown, but he also wears an ensemble mic under his wig. But that's also a backup in case he forgets his crown, which I'm not gonna say hasn't happened.
And that doesn't shake around in the performance. No, it's just rock
Pretty
solid.
nice.
Wow.
We add the tape, but yeah, my hope is that this is so custom to each performer that they don't feel like they need the tape for it to stay on. That's just security. So I just attach a small piece there. And we do one at the top. And then, so this is just like a little anchor point. This gives him mobility.
Yeah, gotcha.
But it'll keep the loop from sort of coming out and then luckily his collar will hide all of this anyway. So
You're a
he
pro.
sounds great.
Best look at this.
Wonderful to meet you.
Thank you
Have a
so
great
much
show.
for having me.
I'll see you. I'll take them.
Okay, I'll see you soon. 2 years, I think 2025, we transitioned the women to booms. They were entirely on head rigs up until last April. Forehead's a really nice resonant plate. The cheek is a gushy, soft part of the face. So architecturally, it's a better reflective place to put a mic. But again, it's just farther away from the face, or from the source, the mouth. This was a wholesale decision from the creative team and ask. We wanted more clarity from the women. We wanted to be able to have the power from the top of the cord. And it just sounded cleaner because it was really direct.
Okay, so these are the mics.
Yeah.
And what do you actually have to do for real that I don't need to get in the way of?
We just had our break and we're about to do our preset for our evening show. We get an in and out every day. So Morgan was out this morning, so we're restoring her because she's back. And Cherry was out this morning, but she's back. So we're moving mics because a lot of people cover a lot of different roles. These are all understudied roles, and you can see Thane, for instance. He's man 2, original cast member, but he also covers King George III. He's got his own crown, and he covers Lawrence Phillip. So he has 2 different microphones for those 2 different roles. A head mic and a boom mic. We have these cute little tags. So you can see she understudies as Peggy Mariah. We've got her headshot This is her Peggy Mariah mic. It's a DPA 6061. All of the principals are on 6061s. They're a little lower profile. But she's going to go back to her ensemble track. So I'll take the mic off. I like to do that when the battery's out, just so it doesn't pop at front of house, and he'll get an overload light, and that can be alarming. So we just tack it on with a little tape, and look, there's Cherry. It's all mirrored over here in Wave Tool. This is everyone who's ever been in Hamilton. So like they came off the transmitter, they went on the board. It's our yearbook, our alumni page.
Do they ever switch mid-show?
Yeah, that happened a lot last week. We had the flu going through, and our Super Swing, she's our standby for the Schuyler sisters. She was on this morning as Eliza. She went on as Peggy at the top of the show, and before Right Hand Man switched to be Angelica. Different costume, different wig. Superstar. And became somebody else, and everyone bought it, which is amazing.
This may be so dumb, but why don't you just do it by character?
Because everybody's mic rig is custom fit to them. We don't have any prefab ear rigs on our show, which is pretty unique, because you can buy headsets pre-made, but they are heavier, they're less comfortable. When Nevin would order a special, he'd be like, could you make an ALC special? And I'd be like, coming right up.
Okay, so define what is an ALC special.
So I'm ALC, and this rig is an ALC special. It's a prime example. So it's a piece of galvanized steel, 18 gauge. We've used lighter gauge. And I stole this knotting technique from fly fishermen because fluorocarbon tippet is really, really strong. You can take something like 30 pounds of pressure at a point. So
is that clear substance
yes,
over
exactly. So you can use like any clear line, but this is particularly strong.
And you made this entire rig?
Yes. We have various kinds of tubing. This one is latex. If you have a latex allergy, we'll use silicone. We also have rubber sleeving. We have many materials, and we fit these to the ear. This part fits right below the earlobe. It fits really snug up under there. It should feel like you're wearing nothing, which I don't think anyone describes wearing headset rigs as, except for maybe these rigs. Boom rigs have become a lot more popular in the last 10 years. When we started, they were happening, for shows like Rent or something where like the look of it really, really suited a boom look.
And what do you mean by a boom look or a boom rig?
Like a mic, like a Britney mic. Here's a great example. History. So it's a whole vibe. And this is our answer to that in a much more customized and I think a little more elegant way. No shade to DPA. We love DPA. Now the only people on head-worn mics are ideally Hamilton, if he has the hair for it. The Schuyler sisters are always on head rigs. And then the Sons of Liberty, it really depends on their hairstyle. It depends on if they wear a topper. But everyone else is on a boom now, which is a shift. But everybody has said that it's a comfortable rig. It's the most comfortable boom they've ever worn, which maybe they just tell me to make me happy. But this is cool, and I'm not even, I work here every day, but it's cool. So this is the bigger of the wings, and as you can see, not that big. And so sometimes we'll preset a few microphones here, and then they'll get into the final on top pieces of their costume. This is where Dodi will post up.
Who's Dodi?
Dodi is my partner. You can see that little analog punch box. It's a remote version of the listening station that I showed you earlier. We say, oh, we know man 1 is 13. There's a screen here that's mirrored to exactly what I'm looking at downstairs. So he and I can communicate in a lot of ways, but we're looking at the same things. So Dodi stays on stage left for all of Act 1. Act 1 is the most sweat intensive and the most dance intensive of the two acts. And we get more breaks so people can cool off and not have as many sweat outs in Act 2. So Act 1, he just doesn't leave the stage so that he's on hand to make sure that the audio quality stays tip top. And if there's problems that he doesn't have to come up from the basement, he's there.
Hi, I'm Dodi. I'm the House A2 here at the Richard Rodgers Theatre with Hamilton.
Explain to me the difference between an A2 with Hamilton and an A2 with the Richard Rodgers Theatre.
Yes, so I don't work for Hamilton, the company. I work for the Nederlander production company who owns this theater. So there's a group of stagehands that work in the theaters. When a show leaves, they stay with the theater. The next show comes in, they stay with the theater. So that's theoretically me. Of course, it's sort of a weird one-off here where we're at such a long-running show, but I am employed by the theater. So anything dealing with the actual structure of the house, the dressing room speakers, things like that. Areas of the theater that are less accessible, ceiling areas and things, those come more under my purview. But I work equally as an A2 along with the show. So whatever the show needs are, I'll also work with that.
Now, how do you listen in on the mics?
I have an analog patch bay. Transmitters transmit to the receivers wirelessly. There's a XLR that comes out of here and it splits into this is a listening station. This is our patch bay that sends it on to the next step, which is over there into the SD stage racks, which then over OptiCore send all of that to the remote, which is the mixing console. So as long as it's patched to this patch bay, I can hear it. So Washington here, I'm listening to the split here. And that's what I'm about to do for my rig check. And this is also what I'm doing during the show. During the show, I listen to everybody one song ahead. Wave Tool provides a listen back option up to 5 minutes. So if we hear something, we have 5 minutes where we can listen back to that audio and try and find, where did that come from? So that's an amazing feature that just didn't exist 10 years ago. I'm listening to myself for my mic check, and I'm also checking the strain relief. I'll squeeze the transmitter to make sure there's no handling noise, and I'll do that for everybody. Hey, Justin, we're ready for mic check. Sorry for the delay.
All right, let's do it.
Hamilton, A, Hamilton A 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3, Hamilton B, B 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Burr B 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Gerard Man 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Brixie 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Aaron Woman 5 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Crown 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. And the Philip hat. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3.
Those are great.
Have there ever been any RF problems during a show?
Many times.
Oh, really?
If someone comes into the area without maybe coordinating, or they got a coordination, but they maybe didn't take into account people on the end of the block because they thought they were in the clear, they might be in frequency ranges that are close enough where we're interfering with each other. And that can get dicey because whoever's more powerful wins. The other day we got a hit from an EMS dispatcher, and it was really interesting because we could hear them telling someone that, oh yeah, that EMS line, we've already sent it, or something like that was the message. That EMS thing happened in the middle of the show.
Were they singing when it happened, or did it just happen behind the scenes?
It happened to happen during intermission.
Wow.
So we were so lucky because right after intermission, the big song is What Did I Miss? And it happened on Lafayette, LF. So Lafayette also plays Jefferson in the second act. He's the first big number of the second act. So that would have directly, inhibited his transmission.
Had you just happened to be monitoring it when you caught it?
Yeah. Also, I'll be able to show you. Wave Tool is pretty sophisticated. It has an algorithm that once it sees spikes in audio level, it calls it a snap, crackle, or pop, and it'll give me a red alert, which will definitely happen. Sometimes there's stuff in Times Square. This is the basic noise floor that's well within range. The yellow line is squelch, which is once a signal breaks through this threshold, that's the squelch threshold, that's when it'll allow audio to pass through to the receiver onto the mixer. So we keep spares on hand. You can see Lafayette is pulled aside right now, and we're using a spare frequency. And we just got a new frequency. We've been monitoring it to make sure nobody else is using it. And then after a good number of shows, we'll work it into a show, we'll monitor it, We'll let our neighbors know. We'll send them a new frequency list since we've changed the number. Try to be very courteous about the RF field. My main job, as I see it, is to make sure that no matter what is happening backstage, whatever chaos that happens in live theater, swaps to understudies, broken microphones, that Justin or whoever is mixing that day can continue to focus on their job. So when the fader comes up, a sound comes out and it's what they wanted. Whatever has to happen to make sure that he can just drive the bus. And then I'm the mechanic in the back changing the wheels that have fallen off. My friend Dallas from the podcast is here. So we could do a mic.
Hey.
This is Donald Weber Jr.
Hi.
You saw him this morning as Burr, and he'll be Burr tonight.
And I saw you years ago.
Oh, you saw me years ago?
I've seen you, yeah.
You want me to get
Yeah,
dressed quickly?
but I can also come back if you want.
Yeah, give me like 2 minutes.
Okay, then I'll chill. One of the cues I have is, General Lee? He has like that big wrap on top of the catwalk. No matter who's on, I will go up the stairs, meet him, and wipe the microphone off so that for that wrap, no matter what, it's not sweat out. Because if it is sweat out, it sounds like, and it's heartbreaking.
Can you define sweat out for me?
Oh yeah, it literally means that there's sweat in the grill of the mic and you cannot hear it. It sounds literally like it's underwater, because it is. It sounds like you'd think it would sound. Cotton's really absorbent, and it'll just suck it out, and then a good mechanical, a flick, will knock the rest of the sweat out, and 90% of the time, that'll fix it. Are you ready?
I'm ready. So wait, when did you see it?
I just remember it was years ago, and what I immediately thought was, wow, the performance is like modified. It's different. Like, how have you changed over the years? Like, how do you approach it differently?
Well, I mean, honestly, so much has happened since I was here in Broadway last. I've had 2 kids, and lived quite a lot of life between these years. And, I've also had a lot of great experience with some people who have had some amazing careers. I had a chance to do a show with Tom Hanks, Bob Odenkirk, and like these guys are like, it's all cliche. Like you learn so much, but like seriously.
And that's influenced your performance even over these
100%.
past,
100%. Even though when you show up in the building, you know what I mean? It's like, that adds up, when you're doing something over and over 8 times a week, it's just like, you need those things. You need those little things you can always depend on. Like this, when you're just like, I'm taken care of. I don't even have to think about it.
I'm just putting my...
I know.
You're great.
No, you're great. Thank you. So
I was telling Dallas, I was like, we low-key have the best vibe.
Yeah, for real. We do.
Like, everybody who comes back, we're like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you're back. And there's this big, feeling of joy. Like, we've been through the show before. It's always, I don't know, it's a great feeling to have Donald back. Our first performance was January 20th, 2015. And then that's our whole original cast.
Out of all the things you could have done with your life, why have you devoted your life to sound on Broadway?
The show means everything to me. I mean, the show is my best friends because I see them 6 days a week, so how could we not be best friends? And the show is my career and where I pour a lot of my creative energy. It's easy to devote your life to a job that makes you feel fulfilled and makes you feel like you're making a difference. It's a real blessing to be able to do art for a living and also art that is meaningful and we're telling a story that makes a difference in people's lives. That's the dream.